see the wings here, if you will, of the museum, just stacked up with the Ford car collections and vehicles down at the end, Roadway Express, so forth. We're going to go over here and take a look at a train that plows the snow off the tracks. As I mentioned in the part 1 of this video of the Henry Ford Museum, on the parquet here, make you Boston Celtics fans feel at home. See the railroad tracks that are laid right in here, the rails, and so they could roll big, heavy trains and machinery in here that we've been looking at, and back into the major car museum and the rest of it. We'll take a closer look. Okay, as I take a little look down here past the Roadway Express, we used to deal with Roadway. Nice Ford there. There's Coles and another Ford behind there, older one. Down here on the end, behind the old Fairlane passenger cars, baggage cars, we'll take another look here at a famous vehicle. Taking a little look out the back window here at some Quonset huts back there. You don't see those anymore. World War II. I don't know if any of you recognize this vehicle, but I do. From the On the Road series on CBS with Charles Kuralt. And here is the motorhome that he traveled throughout our nation, interviewing people in the little towns and villages all over the place. And this is it. Right here. Pretty cool. This big old building, look at the radiant heat, hot water heat still used here in the building. All around. And here we go with a bit more of the collection. The Warrior concept car. Some of the others. We're going to see a lot more than this. I'll be right back. Here's a nice Etzel Ford. They say this car was a flop. Now they're highly collectible. This little picture of Eli here standing next to the snowplow. Canadian Pacific Service. Man, that's got to be some deep snow to have to push that baby through to plow the tracks. All right, the racing exhibit. I even see a drop tank car back here, made from an aircraft drop tank from back in the day. Man. Whoa, here you go. Old 999er. How do you like that? Look at that radiator. How do you like that? 2012 Ford Fiesta ST. A little video of them up there. Wow. If this isn't something. This is the race car of Lewis Chevrolet. How do you like that? The first Chevy? I think it is. It's his race car. Number 16. How do you like that? It's got Dunlops on them. Lewis Chevrolet. We've all heard of Bonneville. Hey, here's the goldenrod. 1965, held a land speed record for more than 25 years. 409.277 miles per hour. Right there. There she is, the goldenrod. There's Bonneville behind there. Wow. Right behind it, I mentioned the drop tank. A lot of guys used to take these, and I say guys, I had never read that there were women involved yet in the 50s and later 40s with this type of thing. There probably were, but this is the Betty belly tank. It's a Lakester. You can see where they've taken the belly tank. That was a fuel tank from below a P-38 Lightning. And then they turned that fuel tank into a salt flat speedster. See how fast it went. Well, if you can believe it, 243.438 miles per hour in an aircraft drop tank. It was pushing 400 horsepower, it says. The engine that they installed in this drop tank. All right. Wow, here's Dan Gurney and AJ Foyt's car that they won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1967. Wow, there you go, AJ. He also won the Indy, I believe, 4 times. Here's Unser's dirt track car climbing the Pikes Peak with Bobby Unser. Really cool. Man, this just goes on and on. Here's AJ Foyt's flat track car. 1960. It's a Miller Ford, Indianapolis 500. Indy racing. Oh, here's a Cosworth. Wow. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Now this is a race car. Not that the others aren't, but man, back in the day, these were the bomb. These were the thing. It's a 1965 Lotus Ford, powered by a Ford engine. Absolutely phenomenal. Open wheeled as Indy cars are today. As Indy cars are today. This car right here, driven by Jim Clark, the winner of the 1965 Indy 500 in this car right here. Really cool. Uh-oh, over here is a McLaren from 1972. Had a bit of an accident. Let's keep looking. I know many of you are going to like looking at these. Little GT, 24 Hours of Le Mans, 2016 GT Cutaway. Other side of the room right here, Ford GT clay model. They mold these out of clay first. When they're done, they don't have their feet aren't made of clay. You know what I mean? One of the Daytona 500 runners right here, when they used to race these cars partially on the beach there, you can see, partially on the roads. Full jeweled, I bet so. Let's look over here. You know, it is almost Christmas time. Everybody know what this is, right? Yeah, the Christmas tree. How do you like that? Look at this gasser, man. Bad news right there. Here goes the Mongoose, 78. I love these gassers. These are very nice. And look what he's flying up against, or racing up against over here. We'll take a look. What a heap. Well, here's a Camaro, 2018. It's a ZL1 1LE factory built race car, just for you. Oh yeah, there you go. I used to use GTX for years. There you go, the Christmas tree. Well, this would be a bad place to be standing when you got the green lights. All right, look at these side entrance doors here. Look how grand this is. Marble all the way up. And this is just an outer wall down in both directions. All that Radiant plumbing there, hot water, parquet. Let's go in here and look at the miniatures. Wow, this is something. Oh, this is all miniatures. I thought it was vehicles and things, but they're all Christmas ornaments. Buku Christmas ornaments. There she is right there. Ha! There's your counterpart right there. Man, I wonder if we're going to see Elvis in here. There has to be one of Elvis. I think there's Elvis in here. You see the king up there's Darth Vader down there. Really something here. A little bit of everything. Well, now we can say that we've walked through here. Yeah, show us. Yeah. There you go for Carrie O. Riding down the road there, Carrie O. All right. I didn't see an Elvis. I'm not going to look too deep, too much further through here. All right. You'll see the rest of this museum. I know that this 2001 Corvette C5R is not red, and it's not brand new, but I'm gonna show this anyways. Could always be painted and bring it out to California and make a gift of it to Louis Offord. Bet you he'd like this. Easy like driving a simulator. The seat really moves and bounces up and down on the hydraulics and everything. Pretty cool. This is pretty much a little walk of fame through automotive history here in the area. Through the Fords, Packards, Chevys, Plymouth. They're all going to be found here. There's even a Volkswagen up here in the front. Take a look at it. Okay, here's a cool coach. Folks ride in the front. The driver sits in the back and steers. This must be the officer that rides behind to make sure that he steers and doesn't steal. Boy, look what we have up here. Isn't that nice? Really something there. That's called a 1903 Holzman Runabout. No, that's this. One in the back is a Thomas Flyer. More Fords right here. There you go. All right. Even have a World War II Jeep. Take a closer look. Little Jeep here. This bar that's attached to the front, onto the bumper, that was a wire cutter. See how it's bent forward? Many of them were field expedientized, meaning men put these together out of scrap in the field. You had to do that because the Germans would string wire across the roads between the trees. As you come bopping along in your Jeep, you'd be decapitated. And so they put these up there to break the wire before it broke you. Up here we have a couple of Fords. Got an early dub, 1949 sedan. Look at all the dubs there in my shadow. Yeah, whoa, there they are right back there. Here's a Corvair in seafoam color. I call it seafoam green. It's got to be a different name for it, but look at that. My brother has a Chevy too. That same color right there. These have the trunk in the front the engine in the rear, the Corvair. You can see the breathing vents. Oh, this is really cool. Here we go. Mercury Cougar, hood pins. Oh boy, look at these. We'll be right back. All right. Okay, this is your choice. These three cars right here, or these three vehicles right here. The lines are open. Be the first one to call. Any of you had one of these funky foot gas pedals? I did. It got in my way a lot. I took it off. Wasn't as funky as what I think they made them out to be. And there's a pool ball shift knob. Yep. Wow, here's a little air show with real airplanes right inside here. Bet you there's more of this. And here is one of the Wright Flyers, reproduction thereof. Beautiful reproduction. Right around through here is something I want to take a closer look at. I seen, man, look at this old plane here. There's the window. You can't see out the front, and the wheels retract up into the bay there. Huh, it's for air racing. Next door here, the Josephine. Oh, this is the Byrd Arctic Expedition Fokker triplane. This is really historical. Admiral Byrd, 1926, Arctic Expedition. And this was their airplane, a Ford trimotor. Look at this. Man, does that have history. Look at the Admiral Byrd and the Explorers. Now, I said it was a Ford trimotor. This is a Fokker. Ford had one as well. The body was made of corrugated metal. I think they have one here. We'll take a look. This is really cool. Look at the skis for landing on the snow. There's another set behind me. Now, these skis, outfitted for exploration, the Ford trimotor, Floyd Bennett. These are the skis from that trimotor. We're going to find that plane. Here is a huge engine of some sort, a pump. We're going to check it out. There's Eli standing at the end of a large electric power generator. There is one big electric generator. And it's old and antiquated. Pretty cool though, right? This is the Highland Park engine generator. There was the old Highland Park Powerhouse that this sat inside. Well, what I'm about to show you, it has two pumps. Combination steam engine built by the Hoven Owens Rittenschouler Company, Hamilton, Ohio, for the Ford Motor Company in Detroit. And they put this big brass casting on here and bolted it down onto the end of this giant ram. Look down below here. There's where the water would come in and out as this was pumping the water through here. Unbelievable. Hundreds of tons. Hundreds of tons. Unbelievable. Here are some of the valve works. There's an identical unit right over here on the other side. As you can see, I'm gonna walk down here to the dynamo itself. And here's the big flywheel. Goes way down. I think it's 27 feet in diameter, or 37 feet in diameter. Hundreds of tons. Unbelievable. This is really something. The dials and the gauges, if you can see, I'll zoom up, they're faced with a Ford Motor Company. Ford built the gauges except for Western Electric and the center gauges. Really cool. All right. Let's go down and look at some other things. You can see when they mounted this here in the museum decades ago, they had to make this pit and then mount the machine down in the pit. And then you can see they formed the parquet all the way around it, make it real nice. Yeah, okay. Smaller engines over here. I believe this one right here may be a Cornish style pump. It doesn't say. You can see the pump engines there. This would pump up and down, pull the water up out of the mines for extracting the water down deep in the mines. You can see the big pump jack type rigging up above. And this is a weight pumping engine from 1811. Pretty cool. On this side of the museum there are quite a bit this heavy old machinery, pumping machinery and so forth, for the mines. And here's another one right here. This one is a precision, well, this is a precision lathe right here on the table from 1816. This lathe, very cool, very cool. Of course, this is all to do with the Industrial Revolution. Almost going from the Stone Age, or I will say the Bronze Age, into the Industrial Revolution. Look at this baby here. Big pump going down deep. Another one back here. You go for my steampunk friends, you're gonna love this. It's great how the Ford Museum has erected this old apparatus and built it right in with brand new vintage brick all the way around. Mounted these all in the brick and so forth. Very cool. Big old pumps to keep the water out of the mines. You can see they had to mount these down deep. The flywheels can. Now this is a big water wheel here. Look at there. Wow. Huge. Very cool. Here's a big old steam boiler. Down there's where they would load in the wood. Right here's the crucible sitting right here in this brick. And then the steam over the top and down into that piston right there. That piston pumps up and down, working that jack pump right there. That jack pumps up and down, actuating these chains right here down onto this machine that pumps the water up out of the mine. Pretty cool, huh? All right, here's a pretty cool old firearms display here as we walk along. Recognize some of these. And some of these I do not. Here we go. This is a little bit more into my genre. A little bit. Nice Savage there on the bottom. 1886 Winchester there. Pretty cool. The older flintlocks, and then into the percussion era. Some Ohaskas. Some more. There's a dandy right there on the bottom. That Single Action Army. That's a 7.5-inch barrel too. That's natural. 45 Colt. It's a darn good gun. Probably the best one right here. It is the best one right there. I see a Lamat. Now this bunch right here, that Colt's still the best. There's a Lamat. It has a shotgun barrel underneath the regular revolver barrel. Jeb Stuart made them famous in the Civil War. All right, a little bit more smaller, but nonetheless important. Kerosene engines right there, run on kerosene. That was a big deal. There. All right, I'm gonna make a walk out through here. Even more generators and pumps all around. Boy, here's a miniature machine shop run off from a big powerhouse on the old belts. You can see a belt, a common belt would drive all these pulleys, and they would be connected up onto smaller belts running the individual machines. Okay, here's an original belt drive right here in the corner set up. There's the boiler for the steam operated. Same thing here in the miniature. You can see the steam boiler in the background. You can see how they've encased it all in little bricks. All right, and this whole apparatus, you can see the chimney in the background going up. How many factories had several chimneys coming up running these, right? All these different machines from back in the day. You can sit and watch this operate for a long time. Look at the windings in here. This is an Edison General Electric Company. Schenectady Works. It's a 200 kilowatt dynamo. And it's still greased up enough they can have it operating very slow. Take a look at that old Edison dynamo. All right. A little more over here. Not too bad. Yes, you can't hardly believe it. We're just starting to move our way out of the steam engines era. Wow. Here is a single machine. Okay. It's the Corning glass ribbon machine. Okay. This one machine takes in glass and makes light bulbs. From back in the day, makes light bulbs all in one continuous operation. Right here it is, 1928. Here they are making these light bulbs, and there they are dropping into the little holders. The Corning light bulb machine. As you've seen this a minute ago, this is from 1855, a stationary steam engine. Here's another stationary from 1859. Want to guess how many tons that flywheel weighs? Take a guess. Here's a portable steam engine, 1890. Okay, we're going to leave this part of the museum and look at another part. Here you can stack yourself up to other people here. You stand here and see how you stack up to people 100 years ago or so, when there was no McDonald's. I know all my Art Deco friends are going to love these. Yeah. Those coffee pots and things from the trains back in the day, I think. Those aren't Art Deco, that's for sure. Well, let's go take a little look at the 1946 Dimexation house. This was an idea that people came home from World War II and the baby boomers of the day going to buy these and move into them. Check it out. Well, here's a little look at it from the outside. It looks like an Airstream travel trailer, very Airstream-esque. It's circular like a UFO, and inside are the rooms. Here's the artist's conception of the neighborhoods out there in Wichita, Kansas. Wow, metal bathrooms, round corners, a breeze to clean. They still are today. Okay, here's a little look at it. Yeah, this closed off right now for the tours, but we can get the idea. Yep, so you can see they have drapes, curtains, so forth around there. Very interesting. It doesn't much matter where you go here in the museum. You can see these big roof columns. Everything is parquet, fitted right to the corners, as you can see in this back hallway. Okay, we're kind of here in the central part of the museum. Furniture, farming implements, of which we're going to take a sweep around through here. Certainly take a look. One of the McCormick's. Okay, at this point of this video, we're going to call this a video number 2. Video number 2 today. Number 1, we had the presidential cars, and when we first got here, it's going to go a little long. We're going to cut this into about 4 parts, I think. All right, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, please give me the thumbs up. Remember to hit that notification bell. I appreciate it. See you here in the next one, maybe with a new idea. Have a great day.